Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming, playing Stranded Alien Dawn. So I'm going to load in. Like I said, I've not played on since the last video, because I think early on it's good to keep continuity, and like I said, this game is all about momentary decisions, and things happen kind of, not quickly, but everything is like a decision that follows another decision, and if I just play it on a lot, you won't kind of get what's going on. So at least for this video, it's another follow-on. So as I said in the last video, if you watched it, the thing that we haven't got now, what we need is to find food. So what you need to do is just like look around, basically. When they're doing something, or even better still, when they're all sleeping, look around, see what you can find. So what I found is, apart from some other scrap metal, which will be useful because we've not got tons near us, and we've got enough, we've got quite a lot actually, but it's always good to know where more is. We found a creature which I found before, so I know it's harmless, but I'm gonna get someone to observe that, because I can't remember if it has other traits or whether we can use any part of it for something else. That sounds a bit brutal, but you know, it's survival. So sometimes, like, you know, you can use hides or oils and things like that. And like I said, usually you can usually find dead things where there's quite a few creatures. But you know, it is what it is. Certainly early on, it's hard to be farming enough to eat, and you'll kind of want to have to kill some animals. So we're all sleeping. What I will do is I'll run on to the point where they're not sleeping, and yeah, we need to find food. We need to find something we can cook. Apart from that, we've got like most of the things that we kind of need momentarily set up here. We need to do our research, but that's not desperate. We're researching purple cloth, but let's make it go a bit faster. The only thing I do fast forward in this game, having said I don't, is the sleeping part, because you don't gain anything by watching people sleep unless you like that kind of thing, which is a whole nother thing. Although, like I said, when I'm playing this off video, when people are sleeping, usually what I do is look around the whole general vicinity, the parameters of the bit we've explored, and see what new things I can see that might need looking into. So I do use that time a bit, and then I'll forward it through fast. So Quinn's going to observe that pointy red plant, which is really good because I'm hoping that yields sticks, and Rita's observing that wide leaf plant, and Nova's got nothing to do again, so Nova can go and oh, we've not observed that. Right, while we're there, you might as well mine that, because Nova will do that. And after you can see, also, as you just saw with that tree, let me get it right, we've not observed that though. I thought I had. So often these different, I mean, you can see now, but I've not really been paying attention, these like different types of trees, and I've not thought to observe that one. So again, you don't know what, that looks like a palm tree, so who knows, maybe it's got some other useful properties. But yeah, it's really easy to miss things, especially in this. This is the most densely, not populated, but plantiated, because it's not people, it's plants, but it's the most densely covered area I've ever been in. Even when I've explored in this game's playthroughs before, I've never found an area this dense with things. So it's easy to miss something in these bushes, something you might not notice, and it can be the thing that's the difference between life and death. Quite literally, you can find a plant that gives you a medicine, or a plant that gives you clothes or fibres or food or anything, and you don't know. So Rita's going to do that research, that purple cloth. Everyone's doing something. Quinn's eating, but okay, that's fine. You eat, Quinn. He's coming back to eat. I hope he's finished that observation before he eats. Come on, Quinn. Get your priorities right. It's always good, by the way, when you send people off, like Mackie's gone a long way and she hasn't got a gun or anything. We've only got 2 guns, so even though she's not good with a gun, we would have given her a gun if we had, but she's not got one, so. Or a spear, because we haven't had the opportunity to make that, we haven't researched it. So just be aware that when you send somebody off, especially the ones without guns, to do something at a distance, there's always the risk, especially if you've not checked the area, it's going to be hostile. There are quite a few hostile animals, and there's also hostile insect colonies and bugs and things like that, which are more likely to be a problem. There's another animal we've not, that looks like it would be, have we researched it? I can't remember. Oh, it's a carnivore and it packs a punch, but it doesn't attack unless it's provoked, so we won't provoke it, and we will only eat it if we need to, which may be coming, but so there you see Rita talked with Nova about their uncertain future. I like those little things that people do. I think they're good. And then you can click on somebody, and where it goes for, it will tell you some of the things they like, and she was pleased by Rita, she's been well fed. That will tell you their backstory, we don't need that. And it will tell you there, the bottom bit is the important one, their social opinion of people. So she's not really keen on Rita, and she's not particularly keen on Mackie. I can get that because Nova's been doing all the work and Mackie spent a lot of time standing about, so that's probably why. No, I'm joking. I'm sure there's other reasons. But those things are kind of relevant. I mean, I've not played this long enough to know whether people actually fall out and decide to leave the camp. I've never had anyone that annoyed with anybody. But yeah, it's fun to keep an eye on that, and yeah, people's personal interactions do make a difference, I guess. I'm sure they do, and if you're going to send, for example, 2 people somewhere, and there's things called expeditions which you can do later, you might want to send 2 people that like each other, etc. So Nova has still got something to do. Nova's easy because she'll always do some scavenging when she's not got anything else to do, so we like that. I would say the one thing you will always have in this game is scavenging. There's going to be research, but you won't always desperately need to do it, and there's going to be things to observe, but I suppose you'll get to a point when you've observed everything kind of close. But scavenging, there'll always be things to scavenge, so someone that scavenges and is good at scavenging is always useful because there's always something for them to do. So she's off doing that. Rita's researching, that's good. I think Quinn's still absorbing that pointy plant. It's taken him a lot of time to do that because he went to have food. How dare he? Mackie is somewhere. Where is Mackie? She's researching. I don't know what she's researching. Probably going to look at that tree actually. So the one I pegged as being different, the palm kind of thing. So if we go back to where that bloated creature, we can find out what that was exactly. Or not. Yeah, there we go. Gulch. You can get raw insect meat. You can't tame it anyway, it's too primitive, so it's not something we could tame to be our friend or harvest or farm. And it's peaceful, herbivore, and unfortunately it's kind of big and tasty looking. I mean, it's not tasty looking, but when you are running out of food and you've only got branches and twigs and things, that's going to look pretty good. It's better than eating each other. We'll see. Cooked is better than eating each other. Yeah. Okay, silicon leaf is what that thing is over there. I'm not encouraged that's going to be an edible thing if it's called silicon leaf, but silicon leaf. What is it? We get silicon. There's a surprise. Harvestable for silicon. We get silicon. Okay, I think we're going to cut some of that down. I think we might get sticks. Well, I'm not sure. I'm sure it said there was sticks from that. Okay, so it's good. Nova will probably go and do that because she does that kind of thing. Okay, actually, what I'm going to do now, because I think it's something I've not shown, and it's probably the last major thing I need to show, is where on earth is that? Okay, so what I'm going to do, if you want to hunt something, there it is, that fat, sort of not delicious looking bug. Looks like, I mean, it looks like if you cook that, and it looks, you know, squidgy. If you cook that, I guess it would be like a fishy kind of thing. You know, we eat plenty of fish and seafood that looks like that or worse. So I think that would be fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get someone to hunt it, which will be Nova, because Nova does that kind of thing and she's got a gun which is going to help. If Mac is, she has to club it with her hands. So we'll watch her do it, because that's going to be an important thing. I'll just run it on a little bit to get Nova to get a move on. There comes Nova. She's got a gun. You can hunt things with spears later on when you make them, but you won't find spears. You have to make those, and that's a research thing. But you will find guns. Like I said, how many you find is just randomised through the game. So there's Nova shooting that thing. She keeps missing because it's too dark. Come on. She'll probably get a little bit injured as well. Okay, so she's killed it, and then she's going to go back and get treatment, and that's kind of there for the. That's how hunting works. That's there for the taking. Later we'll send someone to harvest it. Bear in mind, like with many games, that when Rita's going to come and do it. So the person that does the killing may not harvest it. They'll need to be told, but Rita's going to come and do it anyway. And while Rita's doing that, Nova's gone back to get treatment because, bless her, she got gassed by that beetle bug thing. And Rita's the one that does treatment, and Rita is off to harvest it. So Rita is prioritising harvesting beetle for food over fixing up Nova, but Nova's a tough cookie. She'll be fine. She'll just lie down or sit down and wait. You lie down. I'll lie down, Nova. But you can see from the red bar under Nova, I mean, it's hardly life-threatening. She doesn't feel very well because she got poisoned a bit by that beetle, but it's not bug beetle, but it's not the end of the world. So that's how hunting works. You can hunt things, like I said. You need to be careful, I'd say, because that bug I knew in advance. We saw it was a harmless thing. Yeah, okay, produced some kind of not very nice gas cloud when we killed it. But if you hunt things that fight back, things with spikes and horns and things in herds, sometimes it can be very dangerous. So you would need to send more than one person. I've had hunts when I sent 3 people or even 4, but I wouldn't send the ones obviously without weapons. So at the moment we've only got the option of 2 anyway. Where you find more weapons, by the way, is if you're scavenging the derelict bits of spaceship. So far that's the only places I've found you find them. You find all the things we found at our first crash spaceship, which is you find emergency supplies, medicines, all the things that would be in a crash zone from space pod or a bit of a spaceship, so you might find guns there. It's possible you find them somewhere else, but I've not found them anywhere else. I wish, one thing I do wish this game would do is it would remove things that you've kind of salvaged. So that's been salvaged. I wish that whole bit of spaceship would just go, but it doesn't. So anyway, so we're all back to sleeping. My Mackie is going to come and heal Nova. Good, Mackie, that's what you're here for. Which is exactly actually what she is here for. We wanted someone that was good on healing, and she's the top healing person, so when it becomes her turn to do that, she needs to get to it. And you can see Nova's... I like all of the little touches in this, like, you know, when they sit down, when they get up in a certain way, they talk to each other, they go on walks, they come back to eat. There you can see she's actually doing kind of what you would do. She's like looking at some little monitor thing and looking at Nova, and I like all the little touches in this game. And I have to say that of these kind of games, survival games that I've played, Nova's better, good. This is the one that I feel the most invested in things. I mean, in colony build, Sims kind of games, or whatever, Age of Empires, going way back, you feel invested in your colony being damaged, as you might do in any kind of game with your city or your house or whatever damaged. You even get that in other sorts of games where you've got you've built up your home or your building and it's damaged or destroyed, and but in this game I feel the most invested in the people because they're individuals, so I don't feel like if someone gets a problem or they die or they get injured, I don't feel like, oh, it's just a colonist, because even if the colonist's got a name, they don't matter. In this, they do matter. And you've only got 4 people as well, so it's not like another game where you can, get a new colonist, someone comes to the gate, someone comes along, go to a place to get some more, hire one. This is it, you've got the 4, and unless somebody comes along that you find, which does happen, but I've only found one more person in all my playthroughs so far. Like I said, I've not completed any. And Nova is doing something like meditation or going for a walk, because that's that little yoga-y position which I like. And that can be anything. They can be sitting, they can be walking, they can be thinking, dancing, singing. Oh, well, Nova's a really good person. She was doing her relaxing thing and everyone's sleeping, and although she was sick and poisoned by a gas beetle, she's as well, because she was near the area. And I'll just show you before there's the stove. So theoretically, let's just check. It says quick recipes. Yeah, so where it says meat soup now, because before we didn't have any of that, we've got no vegetables and we've got no grain, but where it said there was no meat, now we've got the meat that we got from that bug, and we can cook meat soup, and that will go into our things that we've got as prepared meals. We can put them on the shelf over there, and that'll add to our food stores. I mean, it wasn't a huge amount of meat, but I did it to get the idea, but we'll need to find more of those big juicy bugs in the meantime. We'll probably scavenge some of this, because like I said, you might find something. In fact, I will tag that for scavenging, not because I really want the metal, because I don't at the moment, but because I might find some more rations and something. Unfortunate thing is that juicy beetle was all on its own. I can't find any more beetles or bugs or whatever that was. Bug. I'm calling it a beetle. What's this? Squash-like plant. Okay, that might be a vegetable, so we should observe that. That might be useful. And there's that more vicious looking thing that doesn't attack. This be eating or fighting. Something here, but you get aware as you go that you're going further and further and further away, so not just can it be slightly dangerous, because you don't know what they might run into, because even though I've done that, I don't know it's not some wild animal or some other bug somewhere. But also it's a long way, basically, so you just see Quint had to go a long way to do his scavenging, and where those animals were was further, so it just means it takes more time, and you don't necessarily want to have people running off into distant places all the time. Okay, so the one that's free is Nova. Nova can always find things to do, can't you, Nova? So what can we do with Nova? I think we wouldn't mind. Yeah, we'll just cut. Just cut some of these things down. I mean, to be honest, we might cut a lot of this down later on because it's kind of in the way, but we'll just get her to do a few little things and see what's going on. I was going to get her to scavenge another one of those metallic sites, but I couldn't decide. So we're alright. I think we'll get somebody schedule cooking. That's how it works anyway. So you've got allowed meat, raw insect meat, and it's got that claw. It doesn't look appealing, but it does look a bit like a lobster, to be honest. So, you know, you'd eat a lobster. I wouldn't actually eat a lobster. I don't like seafood much. I like fish, but I don't like other seafood much. And you've got this thing where you can set how many things, so we'll just do one to start with, just to be going on. Have we put anything in our box yet? No. It's alright, we won't worry about that yet. So yeah, there you go. We've gone some hunting. We've got Mackie, as I said, she'll go and cook. There's a little pot below her which you've never seen before because I've not cooked anything. So Mackie will go and cook something. That'll give her something to do. Might make Nova think better of her. And Quinn and Rita are researching. Like I said, I really want more food. And the research is taking long because that's not their fault. It's because I keep sending people to do other stuff. But I really want a kind of set supply of food. I mean, in this game you've seen how the animals are and the bugs. It's not going to be a set supply. Even if we found that there's 5 of those big bug things, it's not going to be enough to be worthwhile over time. There are animals, there's a flying animal there as well, but they're not, you can't rely on that over time. You're going to need either your own tame animals that you're kind of harvesting, which is the thing you research, or you're going to need farming and you're going to need fields, or you're going to need plants and vegetables that you can cook. I don't see wild animal hunting is not going to be a sustainable thing over time. So let's hope that squash-like plant is some kind of a vegetable that we can eat or drink. A lot of these, but they just don't look like, they don't look friendly. I know it said they're passive. Yeah, it said he's passive. It's quite passive, at least towards humans. Doesn't look passive, does it? And what I don't know about these, or anything, I suppose, which you wouldn't know in the real world, is if you attack one, and there's a lot of them here, do all the others attack, or do they just leave it? That's an important thing to know. If you attack that one, does all the other... Because that would be really bad. If we attack that and all these others suddenly start attacking in a herd, we probably wouldn't survive. If we haven't got enough people with guns or that are trained like that, it's really only Nova and Rita's okay with a gun, the other two are useless. And plus they haven't even got a gun, so... yeah, that would be bad. Okay, so we've cooked our food, and like I said, she's put it over there, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll just click on that. Get her to cook enough one in a minute. That's fine. So that's kind of the basics of the game. I think in the 5 videos I've done, including this one, I've gone through kind of the building of how you build things, how you observe things, how you harvest things, how you store things. Now I've done how you hunt things, how you research things. We've not done how you do tool crafting yet, but tool crafting is actually I will show you because it's so tool crafting. You just have to do this. It'll say somewhere, I don't remember where it is. Production workbench, it is, and it's basically similar to research. You just have to build the thing, and like I said, this fiddly little. At the moment I don't care where it goes, so it can go there, and they'll build that, and then you can do research. Research, you can build tools. So it's very similar to how the research desk works. You build a desk, then you can do the research, you build the tool, workbench, and then you can make tools, and also that's where you make weapons. You don't make a gun, but I'm assuming that's probably where you do that as well. And you can make bow and arrows and things like that as well. So that's how that works. So that's how you make weapons and tools. I've done all the other bits, and of course there's more complicated things, but I think we've covered the kind of basics in these 5 videos. So what I'm going to do now is I will probably run it on a little bit from here to the next point where I think there's something different happening, because otherwise I'm aware that with all these kind of games it just becomes a bit of a grind. Playing and watching, especially if you're not playing, it's better to be playing, isn't it? So I will run it on a bit to a point where something that I've not really covered has happened, or I've got to a later point in this settlement. I don't know how long that will be, and then I will continue at least one more video in this, depending on how it goes. Anyway, thanks for watching Stranded Alien Dawn Part 5, Part 6, which will be a little bit further off into the future to follow. In the meantime, from Guessagaingaming, take care for now.